Hello and welcome to Voozie Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth in 30 minutes. Last run, I got a bit cocky and lost. I reset the save file off screen because I'm sure you've seen that all before. And so let's type in our seeds here, 30 minutes and Allegro. And let's bring it back to Isaac. Let's have a comfortable run. Well, as comfortable as 30-minute runs can be, I suppose. Basement 1, seed for today is 7018 MHN4. Yeah, maybe I got a bit brazen with playing as the Lost, but you know, believe it or not, I had a really good time with it, even though it ended somewhat prematurely and unfortunately for us. This room is actually really good. We get a tinted rock right at the start, which is nice. And my light's not on, so I'm just going to check that this is in fact recording. It is. That makes me feel very unprofessional. Never mind, at least I can be sure that this video is actually going to go live. From our initial spate of... Oh wow, that dodge was really... was really bad and really good. Really bad then really good. I took Bobby Bob on because I want to blow this up. Even though it's actually a really bad item late for reasons I'll discuss in a bit. But yeah, from the start of me recording episodes, we've actually had no recording failures after the initial bout. So it makes me think that I'm kind of due for a recording failure at some point. But for now I'm actually really happy. Now the reason Bobby Bob on I said was not such a great pickup is because later on we'll want to be skipping rooms. Let's do this, it could be fun. It's Able, let's re-roll it. It's Aquarius, it's not much better. We might want to skip rooms with Bobby Bob on later on. And that's going to be pretty tough because the bombs are going to home in on enemies and they're going to move away from the doors that we're trying to get through. So there's a potential downside. Alternatively, we could just get so powerful that skipping rooms is not a necessity. But let's see. I'm going to pick up all of these spirit hearts when we come back. If we fight a tough boss like Ragman, we can use bombs against him and speed up the process somewhat. Goat Hoof is actually really good. Speed bonus is always nice. 3 cents in here. It's not really worth anything. I'm trying to figure out where the secret room is. I think it might be here. Let's try it. There's another golden chest from a tinted rock, which is a bit unfair odds, but you know, the fact that we found so many tinted rocks is a bit crazy. I kept one bomb in case it was Ragman, but it's not Ragman, it's Famine. Famine is very good. Cube of meat. I say this every time, but it bears repeating because it's such an incredible item. I do enjoy a bit of meat action. What am I doing with this pill? Not taking it yet. I'm going to wait until we get into our curse room to take it. Why am I going to wait until then? Because if this pill is a bad trip pill, it will bring us down to 1 heart. If we take damage on this boss, just like I did there, I didn't intend to, and we take the bad trip pill, we can no longer go into our curse room by paying a red heart. We then we have to use a spirit heart to do so, because we can't enter otherwise. If it is something else, you know, so be it. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to pick up our spirit hearts. If it is bad trip, it is bad trip. There's not much we can do. In fact, we could just wait until the next floor to take this pill. There's no reason why we need to take it at all on this floor. So we can be wary of that. We can pick up our black heart and come back out. We didn't have enough speed to do it in the invincibility frames, but you know, we still got a decent amount of spirit heartage going on this floor, which is nice. Our secret room is probably here. It is. It contains a stone chest with a nice payout as well. Maybe I shouldn't have been so hesitant to take that pill. I took it. It's a range upgrade. What was all the fear about? Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I just can't help myself. The neighbours are going to think I'm a bit crazy by saying that, but never mind. And our second secret room contains an HP upgrade, which is glorious. What a nice start. We've used almost all of our homing bombs, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah. What's our reroll etiquette? What's our reroll prerogative for this floor? Use it on the deal with the devil. If we don't find our item room in the next room, adjacent to the next room, then we will use it, save it for the deal with the devil, and possibly waste a reroll, but at the same time it's better to waste a reroll 3 times out of 4 and than to not get a deal with the devil reroll 1 time out of 4. If that maths makes any sense. I don't know if I was actually correct in what I said, but you know, it's YouTube. I don't have to be correct. It's in the public domain. Nobody cares. It's like vandalizing a wiki. I don't appreciate vandalizing wikis at all. As I think I kind of mentioned on the previous episode, in fact, that you know, it's not like I've vandalized a wiki recently and it's on my mind. I don't do that for fun. We don't even have a key, so we can't actually make the most of our rerolls anyway. But that battery on the ground kind of gives me hope. Credit card is interesting. Could be a free map. I'm quite happy to pay for a deal with the devil with red hearts because we have... Ooh, be careful here. Because we have, you know, 4 of them. Curse of the Tower is a reroll, but I'm not going to do it now for reasons I just said earlier. So let's try not to take champion damage on this room. It would be quite easy to do so. In fact, we did take normal damage, which is, you know, still pretty bad, to be honest. Put that out. We'll go and get these bombs. Could be useful. Where is our champion? He is there. Yeah, if we lost all of those spirit hearts we got from the previous floor, I would feel pretty miffed with my performance. Oh, he's stuck in the corner here. What was that? Oh my god. Oh, these leapers or hoppers or whatever they're called, man, they're horrible. The thing I don't understand is, why am I not using my reroll on Curse of the Tower? Because we have a battery charge to back us up anyway. That's a bit of a bad play. I should be doing that. Let's take our shop, Spider Mod and car battery, both of which kind of do nothing for us. So I'm going to reroll both. We get the Steam Sale and the Boomerang. Am I going to use the credit card for the Steam Sale? Yeah, I am. I mean, the Boomerang is also here, but we're not really going to use it for anything. We might use it to blow... Excuse me? Thank you. Yeah, we might use it to blow that guy up. It might give us some benefit. Yeah, we also got some consumables out of it. I'm actually kind of happy with this because it enables all of our future shops to be pretty good. And our boss fight is over here, so we will be picking up our battery charge before entering. Golden Horseshoe is relevant, but I think I will keep my speed upgrade. Okay, Tiny Room Monstro. Tiny Room Monstro. We've already taken a hit. That's really bad. Let's use... No, let's not use our High Priestess card against Monstro. I think there's some... Oh, God. Not Monstro. Oh, no. Okay, okay. Stop. Take Magic Mushroom. Go into your deal with the devil. You're going to reroll both of these because they're not that great. And you get Mum's Knife and Guppy's Tail. Well... There we go. Let's move on. I'm going to take some water. Ah, let's go. That's very loud. So we're at the caves in 7 minutes. We have Mum's Knife, which makes this run a lot easier. I'm not going to beat myself up about that Monstro fight. I mean, it was bad, but we all kind of have bad days. Not bad days, but bad times, I guess. I didn't mean to open that. That was actually really bad, but you know, there's another key over here. Juicy Sack kind of piles on the creep for other entities. And I'm gonna crack these open, and we get Dead Cat, Guppy's Paw, and a deal with the devil. I sound so excited I can't speak properly. So we're gonna pick up Dead Cat anyway. We might as well pick up a Thame. We might as well pick up Book of Belial. Let's try not to get hit. And we can use Guppy's Paw to pour down once again. So we're 3rd floor Guppy, Mum's Knife. It's pretty good. I think I showed the seed. 7018MHN4. But I always forget, and I'm kind of paranoid that I do that. Even though I do tend to look it up in the logs afterwards anyway. So yeah, this is probably the best mob trap room I've come in quite a long time. I think that's actually really good. So this run is now basically a win. I don't I mean, we are Isaac, we have the D6. Fate is, you know, it gives us an eternal heart and cool wings, I suppose. Sounds a bit like cool runnings, but they're quite different things, really. And I'm quite, you know, complacent about the win on this one. Could be a good donation opportunity, because we don't really need anything else to win. We can just sail through to the end, which means it's a good run for me to practice my commentary. I'm sorry, guys, but I need practice. It's for the benefit of all of us if I practice. That way you don't have to listen to me ham on about other things. So let me talk about my water bottle. This water bottle is actually really cool because I've gone out of my way to take inspiration from fruit water. Now, what's fruit water, you might ask? Fruit water is basically water infused with the taste of a fruit. It's different from a juice in that the taste is not quite... Oh, wow. Tapeworm. What does this do for us? I prefer to have some speed, actually. Yeah. So, flavoured water, I mean... The way they normally do it means that the taste is not so strong. So what I've done is I've got a bottle of water. It's kind of got a lid you can open and unscrew. And I've gone and put some citrus juice in it. And by citrus juice I mean like kind of quartered oranges. Caves 2 at 9 minutes is good. Quartered oranges, half a lemon for maybe about 500 milliliters of water. I'm also one of those crazy people that enjoys running. And it's really good for that. It seems to, because I'm not very good at running, I also tend to develop a stitch. And citric acid tends to help with that, I think, from my personal experience. And that, besides, it's actually a really refreshing drink. I'm a big fan of strong tastes. So things like, you know, espresso and drinks of that nature. I'm a big fan of those. And I think this bottled water trick is actually really good. So, I recommend it. Here's what you do. You buy a bottle that you can unscrew. You chop one orange into quarters. Doesn't matter about the segments. You want to leave the skin on the orange. Just drop it in the bottle. Do this... Oh, I don't want that. Do the same with half a lemon. Don't throw the other half away, obviously. Wrap it up and put it in the fridge or something. And just pour water on it. Put it in the fridge. Close the bottle. And you have a really great tasting beverage for when you're talking ad nauseum to a group of people that you don't know. It's Liberty Cap's interesting. I mean, it could give us the compass effect. Blow this guy up. Yeah, that's something I really recommend because, I mean, actual flavoured water, if you buy it from the shop, might also have other additives in it. It might have, depending on the type of water it is and the nature of the person selling it, it also costs quite a lot of money. So here's a good trick to kind of saving a bit of money as well. I'm not interested in Isaac's heart. My fun has run out for that item. But $3 bill I'm totally interested in. Yeah, so that's something I really recommend. I mean, I'm not much of a fizzy drinks person, but I went and had a Coca-Cola with my meal a couple of days ago, and I ended up, maybe I'm just getting old, but I felt really sick afterwards. It was not very nice, and I think the fizziness kind of threw me off. But when you add kind of citrus to a drink, it does a kind of different, you know, it's a kind of different citrus, like a different kind of fizziness to it, which I think is really nice. That, and I mean Coca-Cola, I should qualify, is pretty bad for your teeth as well. I mean, I'm also a very big fan of coffee. Those of you who have actually read the description of my YouTube channel, I don't think I've read it in about 5 months, not that I've been making videos for that long, know that I'm a really big fan of coffee and that I'm interested in the brewing scene, I'm interested in the roasting scene. I've been to some coffee festivals, they've been good fun. I didn't mean to pick that up, unfortunately, but it's not gonna... Oh, it will cost us. We don't want that. Yeah, we'll do one dark bum, that's fine. We'll take the pills as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of coffee. And one of the main criticisms I have of coffee is how much damage it does to your teeth. I mean, we're talking Coke levels of damage. Coca-Cola levels of damage. I need to get that out of my head. And, well, that's pretty bad if you're drinking it on the regular. So what I go and do is I have my espresso and I have a glass of water with it, which is actually really common in kind of well, European countries tend to actually do coffee like that. We don't have a kind of that's kind of the prescribed way of drinking espresso. I think it's fairly set in stone that espresso is very good with water. And I think, well, at the risk of going on a bit, I think yeah, let's do this, it could be fun. Or it could be very annoying depending on how that betrayal animation goes. Missing page 2 is definitely not worth it, but never mind. What was I talking about? Coffee, yeah. I mean, there is a current trend for drinks which are coffee-based, but also milk-based, with quite a lot of sugar, syrups, and this kind of nature, in a kind of go-fast environment, where you buy your coffee and you go, and you drink it while you're walking, or whatever. It's kind of a fashion statement as well. And I can get behind that. I can kind of see the appeal. But at the same time, give me my coffee in a short most days of the week. I'd be much happier with an espresso or a macchiato or a piccolo or a cortado or something like that. Hence my name, Voozie Cortado. Voozie Cortado, I should eloquate. Magic Fingers is a reroll. D7 is also pretty bad. I don't know if it works on the item room. It does not. I'm thinking about it, that was very dangerous. We could have lost our D6. That's pretty scary. Yeah, so coffee, big thing I'm interested in. I'm hoping to make some channel content about coffee in the future. And let's donate. The reason... Actually, I want to see how this works. Tier detonator and mum's knife does nothing. Never mind. So yeah, I mean, coffee content will come eventually, but it kind of depends on me actually getting a camera, maybe getting some better coffee equipment, because at the moment my equipment is very nice and produces very good coffee, but I don't think it's very conducive to filming. Yeah, so coffee content will come. If you're actually interested in coffee, then stick around for that. I realise it's a bit of a niche market, video games and coffee, because, well, I suppose video games tend to target audience of people of a younger age, and those people may not have quite similar tastes for coffee. I don't know. I'm not looking to isolate any group of people. All are welcome to come and watch me, as long as they don't expect me to swear too much anyway. That's one other thing, I guess. I mean, when you have people playing on YouTube, playing games on YouTube, you've got an interesting conundrum as a kind of content creator, where you want your reactions to be authentic and genuine, and you want to reach out to the biggest audience possible, and that can mean not swearing. I mean, in a conversation with an adult human being, you tend to not swear. I mean, I tend to not swear. Maybe that's because I'm some upper middle class yobbo, but I think you also kind of gain a bit of audience by swearing. Necropolis 2 Curse of the Blind is not so good. Let's do this, it could be fun. It's not fun. Yeah, yeah, you do actually gain some user audience retention-y stuff by swearing, because some audiences like that. Some audience like a dramatic reaction in their videos, and they kind of feed off that, and that's fine. That's not my kind of thing, personally, but I can appreciate that there is an audience for that, and I don't want to turn those people away, but I'm not planning on swearing anytime soon. Golden Bob's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, swearing is quite an interesting thing, because when you swear, it kind of gives you this interesting kind of, I want to call it a neurochemical reaction, but that makes it sound a lot more, a lot more interesting than it really is. Actually, the science of it is quite interesting, but maybe I'm going a bit too tangential here. You get a nice relief from swearing at people. I mean, the other day, I went into the bicycle shed and found that my wife's bike has been stolen by some thief. And this made her really upset. And it made me really upset as well. I was swearing quite loudly. And I would have liked to not pick up that heart, but I didn't really want to bother bombing it out of the way. Yeah, I was quite unhappy. And I was swearing, and it made me feel a lot better afterwards. But I think when you actually swear at someone, it does cause damage. And you could argue that when you're playing a video game, you're not swearing at anybody in particular, unless I suppose it's multiplayer. Compass is really good. We're on depths too, so we don't want that. Yeah. When you're playing an online game, you may well swear at someone, and they may hear you over the chat, and that could really hurt them. I mean, Dota is an environment, for example, where this is well known to happen. Blue Mum is interesting. So, you know, for that reason, I kind of gone off swearing. It's something that happens from time to time, and I try and avoid it happening. But sometimes I miss, you know. The Mark and brother Bobby. Who knows what happens if you took those in the other order. And let's take this. It's Anarchist Cookbook, which is a colossal waste of time. Let's go. We could find a battery charge to deal with that. Oh, we picked up the heart. Yeah. So we are going down to the Womb 1, or Utero 1, so I will take some water. That's really good. Scarred Womb, Curse of the Lost. That sounds quite ominous, a lot more ominous than it really is, because frankly this run was won on the Caves 1. And those rhymes were completely unintentional. Yeah. Swearing and rhyming are two things that you will not hear on this channel on purpose. Yeah. So what else could we talk about? One thing I suppose of mild interest is that I don't drink alcohol. I used to drink. I used to drink fairly regularly. I went to university and I did drink. But now I'm completely clean. I don't drink alcohol because I kind of prized my brain and I noticed the effect it was having was quite undesirable. So I decided to stop. Fair play to people who enjoy it. I mean, I really like a good whiskey. Whiskey is it's quite something. But if anything was going to pull me back to drinking, it would be that. But I think I'm too far gone to start drinking again. I'm not that kind of person. And I meant nothing derogatory by saying that kind of person, actually. I take back that comment. I think that's actually really rude. I'm not the kind of person who would... You see, I was going to say, I'm not the kind of person who would fly in the face of scientific research that says that it damages your brain. But, you know, other people aren't like that too. They're just in it for a good time. And that's fair enough. You know, I understand that there are other similar health benefit detriments to things like coffee. But, you know, drinking alcohol, I think, is something I did a long time ago to stop. I mean, and it's something that, because I started it a long time ago, I'm not particularly interested in starting it again. But I won't deny that whiskey is really good. Was never a fan of ciders and lagers. A cloudy cider can be good, but good cloudy ciders are few and far between. Lagers are generally just not that nice, in my opinion. You might find a good lager here or there, but... You know, that's the joy of taste, you know. Everyone's going to like something different. We're at 20 minutes. I just wanted to check the time. Yeah, I mean, everyone's interested in something different when it comes to beverages. And I'm sure there are plenty of you out there who, on principle, refuse to drink coffee because it causes damage to... You know, it has known effects on blood pressure, for a start. And there are a myriad of other... damaging factors with coffee. And I would blame nobody who oops, just knocked my microphone there. I blame absolutely nobody who turned up to my house and said to me, sorry, I'm not actually going to have any of your coffee because I don't drink coffee. That wouldn't make me sad at all. It's like someone turning up to your house, you've made a cake, and they turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm allergic to X component, or I don't eat a certain thing because I don't like the taste of it, that's also fine, you know. I mean, go for it. I mean, more coffee for me, right? I'd like to share my cake or my coffee or whatever with other people. I went for the diagonal there, but it didn't really work out. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. And to be honest, I think people get what does somewhat irk me is when people, you know, they say, "Oh, so and so is so annoying. They came to my house. They didn't have my cake. They didn't eat this. They didn't enjoy this. I had to cook special things for them because it was a dietary requirement." Well, next time, don't complain about the person that you invited. Just don't invite them next time. It creates an awkward social situation when you start complaining about people in that way. I think that's quite unacceptable. Utero 2, it's 22 minutes. There is a dice room there. But frankly, I'm not too bothered. I'm actually rather enjoying waxing the commentary here. I think it's actually quite fun when you have a one run just to amble on about random crap. Speaking of random crap and not swearing, I've recently been playing Dark Souls 3. If you're in the Cathedral of the Deep, drop your summon signs at about level 30. You might find me in an invasion. My name, I think my character's name is Avocado. I can't actually remember. But I'm basically a guy wearing Armor of the Sun and Sigma's helmet. So yeah, come and visit, I guess. I probably won't be there by the time this video goes up. I'll probably be somewhere else, but you know, at least the sentiment is there. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Dark Souls 3. I'm not really enjoying the invasion metagame that much. I think it's quite frustrating. Yeah, this is the disadvantage of Bobby Bob-omb right there. Yeah, I'm quite frustrated because it kind of promotes, you know, you get summoned when there are like, as an invader, when there are like 3 other phantoms in the host world, and they're not particularly interested in fighting you 1 versus 1, and that's really quite irritating. So I've kind of stopped invading. I use the soapstones more than anything else. But yeah, I mean, get in touch with me with the comment section if you want to join me on Dark Souls, I guess. That would be quite interesting. Or let me know if you're interested in watching Dark Souls invasions. You know, I may well be interested in putting some of those on the channel, depending on how popular it is. Though if I do that, I'll probably have to cut some Isaac content, just to make time. I would also need to invest in some video editing software, which I don't currently have. Now we're at the Cathedral. It's 24 minutes. I am getting somewhat worried about the timer. Maybe it's... maybe I shouldn't be worried. We have Mum's Knife. We should be able to get through these rooms pretty quickly, but I am worried. We should be absolutely steamrolling at this point. It should be like 23 minutes or something, but now it's 24 minutes. I think part of that is because we got a Curse of the Lost early on that kind of screwed with our mapping. That's kind of how the game goes, I suppose. I mean, when you have the compass, not everything's going to go your own way. So let's skip some of these rooms, and by skip some of these rooms I mean fight in all of them, because we should pick up the keys. I think the keys would be useful. Yeah. So I think we've made up a lot of time back by skipping those 2 rooms back there. That was well worth the tangent, I suppose. One thing I don't really understand about Dark Souls is, in the community, well, in PvP, player versus player, there's not much of a... Ooh, Curse the Blind. Let's do it. Could be fun. 4 unknown items. We get Pinking Shears. We get Spider Bite, which I do like a lot. Little Loki, which is pretty useless, and Book of Revelations, which is actually really good, but not so useful here. Let's re-roll them, and we get Chocolate Milk and Odd Mushroom, which I think is Thin Odd Mushroom, or Skinny Odd Mushroom. And we're at 25 minutes. Yeah, so, back to Dark Souls. One thing I don't really get is, I played Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, not Demon Souls, unfortunately, and... you know, I primarily PvP in those games. I think it's, for me, it's more fun. I enjoy the interaction of going and you know, invading other people's worlds and killing them and then looting their body. But Dark Souls tends to not be so friendly to characters who like to play as kind of mage classes, from my experience. I find it's almost always superior to just, you know, have a sword or an axe or a spear or one of the multitudes of other weapons and just run in and kill enemies. That always just seems to be the consensus best way to play in PvP. And that kind of makes me a bit sad. I don't think... we might as well take the HP. Wafer's also really good. I don't think that there's a way to really fix that problem with Dark Souls. And I'm not sure that it is even a problem to begin with. I think casting spells is part of the PvE game a lot more. But there are certainly spells that are very good in PvP, like the weapon buffs and the character buffs, and some of the weapons that fire quite quickly. Maybe it's okay, but I think in a different game, maybe From would make a different software. From Software. I think maybe they could consider creating another game series, a bit like Bloodborne, where the focus is on ranged and melee combat, where you want to get out, get in, do a bit of hit and run, and that's actually a really viable archetype. I don't know. I enjoy my pyromancy, and I enjoy throwing black fireballs and great chaos fireballs at people. That's always fun. So we are actually playing The Binding of Isaac, not Dark Souls in fact. So we are about to win the run actually, which is completely unsurprising considering how it started. But you know, it was fairly close. It is 28 minutes, so you know, it's not a gimme by any means. Anyway, thank you for watching me basically talk about other things apart from Isaac for 30 minutes. Join me next time if you want to see me try and win again. Until then, I suppose, have a nice day, and well, see you next time.